What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Wherever it is that you are in the world, you know we got you covered. Around the clock internationally, you know we got you guys covered all across the seven seas of the sports world. Let's get started. Let me just adjust my screen there. I had like a little like corner there that was just not cooperating. Um, so as you guys see, you know what the title is. I am participating in one of the satellite leagues of the SFB 9, Scott Fish Bowl 9. This is the ninth year that they're doing this. They partner with Fantasy Cares. Portion of the donations or the dues that are paid for the Scott Fish Bowl Fantasy Football League. Um, it goes to Fantasy Cares. All the big names in the podcast world and in fantasy football all participate in the SFB 9 somehow, some way. Um, like I said, it's been going on for 9 years. They like I said, they donate the proceeds to charities. Tons of NFL analysts are in on it. I know for a fact that like Michael Fabiano has been just practically grueling these last few days with the way that the draft is set up. And you guys have heard me kind of talk about it and mention it here on Sportscaster, fairly often because I've been drafting these past 3 days. It feels like damn near been drafting for the last 3 days, and I'm competing against people from all over the world. You know, you're competing in your individual groups, your individual satellites against people from all over the world. So it gets you, a lot of exposure. You never know who you're going to be competing against or who's going to be in. Super selective to get into the SFB. I was able to get into a satellite group this year in hopes I can get into the big tournament with the big guys next football season. But we are going to have our own fantasy league where we're going to, challenge you guys, the viewers and the listeners. I'm going to come up with all the qualifications for that. Like, it's probably going to be like you have to follow us on YouTube and Sportscaster. You have to, it'll be something. But then we're also going to have our in-company fantasy football league, the Rumboyz Fantasy Football League, where, Jordan Love is going to be a part of that. Ty Boogie. Let's see, I just spaced JD, Bobby, of course myself. Hopefully Spotlight's going to be in that one. Rumboyz Philly, and then now we got Rumboyz LA. Well, we got Rumboyz LA now too. Jordan Love, and then we might have our web designer hop in on this as well to make it like an 18 type of thing. Because we got how do I say, we got people. Yeah, Ty is doing Cubs game. No, Rumboyz LA it's not. It's Rumboyz LA is football at the bar. Fantasy football at the bar. You can check them out on Twitter at OneFootballBar. And that's our Rumboyz LA division. Make sure you check them out. I can send you links to their podcasts and stuff. They're not on YouTube or Sportscaster yet. They're going to be starting to experiment around with Sportscaster though. But let's get into talking about some picks. So first, I'm actually just going to go over my team that I drafted, and I'll read the draft report as to how I got there. I do want to state that I was pick number 8 in this draft with SuperFlex drafts. It is a 2-quarterback league. You don't play a defense. You don't play a kicker. With the way that this league is set up, at least. So it's all skill positions. And there is a premium on the tight end position as well. So the way that it's drafted is significantly different. I didn't even realize that it was a Superflex league when I got into it until like 3 picks in, and I was like, yo, why did Travis Kelce just go, 3rd pick, 1st round? And I realized, oh shit, it's tight end premium league. So things are going to be done a little bit differently. I did not get any of the top tier tight ends. You know, how many are in the league? There are, give me just 1 second actually. There are 12 of us. There are 12 of us in this league. First player off the board in this league was Ezekiel Elliott. And this is a snake draft. Like I mentioned, I picked at 8. I missed out on, Travis Kelce. I didn't even realize this was a tight end premium draft. I could have at my first pick. I could have went Zach Ertz. Had I realized what we were doing in the first place, or George Kittle, who I really really like and I'm really high on. But with my first pick at number 8, I went with no other than DeAndre Hopkins. I went DeAndre Hopkins first. Went ahead, got D-Hop. Second pick in the second round. I had the fifth pick because, like I said, it's a snake draft, and I had pick 8. So there's 12 of us, so it loops back around. I went with Le'Veon Bell. I needed a running back. I was still researching and looking up exactly the whole tight end premium thing. Because it's my first time doing it, and Kittle and Ertz both went at the top of the second round, so it was too late, it was already too late to be able to try and get one of those guys. I needed a running back. Someone took James Conner was gone. David Johnson gone in the first round. Melvin Gordon gone in the first round. Kamara gone in the first round. Christian McCaffrey gone in the first round. Ezekiel Elliott, Saquon Barkley. All the whole first round, the first 7 picks were all running backs, aside from at pick 5, where Brian Hooton went for Travis Kelce. It's like I said, that forced me to go wide receiver the first. I had to get the best available player that was on the board at that time. DeAndre Hopkins was going to be the best available for me, leaving it open to where Le'Veon Bell fell to me. I got really lucky. Really, really lucky there. D-Hop is definitely the best receiver in the league. For those of you that are going to be watching this on YouTube later, this is going to be an upload for you guys. You're going to be seeing this, right now I'm live on Sportscaster doing this. So, Jordan Love is in the chat chatting it up. Third round, once I finally caught on to the importance of, the quarterback position, and once I caught on to the importance of the tight end position, I had already had Hopkins and Bell. So I was like, all right, shit, like, I need change my game plan up. Like, the rest of the tight ends are probably gonna fall for a while, so I didn't need to hurry up and run and get one. I knew I needed to get a quarterback though, being that the importance on the quarterback in this league is super important. In the third round, guys like after my pick for Le'Veon, guys like Julio, Juju go off the board. Deshaun Watson ends up being the first quarterback off the board. It'll go Dalvin Cook, Nick Chubb, Damian Williams, Antonio Brown, Gurley, Andrew Luck, Mike Evans, Adam Thielen, Aaron Rodgers, Amari Cooper, and then Keelan Allen. So I don't get to pick until the 32nd pick. That was grueling for me to wait, because like I said, we got some guys in this league that are in the United Kingdom. Shout out to the UK. We got different guys around the world in different time zones. So sometimes it's grueling waiting on that pick. Each person in this league gets about like 7 hours to pick. Right after Keenan Allen goes off the board at 31, I went ahead and I was like, all right, I need to secure my quarterback now. I went ahead and I took Baker Mayfield right off the board right away. So I went ahead, then I secured my quarterback, and I'm like, okay, now guys are starting to take QBs at this point, and the thought process is kind of shifted, being that guys are starting to see Watson, Luck, and now Mayfield coming off the board. So then right after I pick at 32, Russell Wilson goes off the board, Leonard Fournette goes off the board, Aaron Jones, T.Y. Hilton, then Matt Ryan, Kyler Murray, Marlon Mack, and then Derrick Henry. Now, I was hoping that Kyler Murray would have probably fell to me because I was going to hope to get him as a QB2. But I kind of figured that wasn't going to happen. Wanted to take a gamble here. I was like, maybe I should go and get my tight end right here. Being that I went ahead and I shored up my QB1. But instead, I was like, let's see who falls to me. Let's just see who falls to me. And I wanted to make a play on Hunter Henry and gamble there. So I went ahead and I went for another wide receiver in Stephon Diggs. Being that I saw Thielen go off the board and Thielen was going to be a guy that I was going to go for at pick 41 in round 4. Didn't happen. So I went with, the next best guy on that receiving core, be it that Stephon Diggs. I didn't feel bad at this pick, being that, defenses know about Thielen now. So I feel like secondaries are going to key in on him, thus opening up for Diggs to have some big plays. Next off the board, it goes so it's a good while before I pick again, once again. So, now, once again, quarterbacks are going off the board back-to-back with Cam Newton and Carson Wentz. But then Robert Woods. Then Jared Goff. Robert Woods, the wide receiver. But then Jared Goff and Drew Brees go off the board. So I'm like, damn, now guys are starting to go and get those elite, type of quarterbacks. Kerryon Johnson gets pulled off the board. Jimmy Garoppolo gets pulled off the board. AJ Green. Kirk Cousins, which I felt like he was going to probably fall a little bit later. I feel like that was a little bit of a reach for I believe, Brian Heiser to go out and get. But, he secured his guy right there at the 50th pick at the 50th pick there in round 5. Caleb goes ahead and takes Evan Ingram. Ben Roethlisberger comes off the board after that. Brian, he takes Josh Jacobs. Scott takes Brandon Cooks. Matt takes O.J. Howard, which then puts it back to me. So once I see O.J. Howard go off the board, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go ahead now. The guy that I wanted fell to me, and that gamble paid off. So I was able to get Hunter Henry in the 5th round, which I like. I feel like he's gonna be a top guy this year at the tight end position. Now that he's gonna come back healthy, for some reason I just don't feel like that he's a guy that I'm worried about re-injuring again. So I'm fine with Hunter Henry. Let's see here. So then, guys, we're still in the 5th round. Like I said, that was my 5th round pick at the 56th spot. I start off the draft. I was at the 8th spot. Mark Ingram then goes off the board. Tyreek Hill. Jared takes Tyreek Hill there at pick 58, and I was like, my morals conflicted with that one. I wasn't picking him up. Devontae Freeman then comes off the board for Atlanta. I was definitely staying far away from that guy. Julian Edelman then comes off the board to Jason Salvatore. Then Jason gets another pick back-to-back, and he goes David Montgomery, which I loved. I was so mad that he did that. Chris Godwin goes to Team Eric. Kenny Galladay goes to Team Jared. David Njoku to John Creek, which I was like, yo, that could have been my backup tight end. If anything happened, it's all good. It's all good because I do some different. I have some different things heading into these later rounds. At pick 65, I am now up. I'm gonna go Philip Lindsay. At the 6th round, pick 65. I went ahead and I took Philip Lindsay. Then Lamar goes off the board. Lamar Jackson goes off the board. Lockett goes off the board. DJ Moore, Kerryon, my wayward son Johnson, Phillip Rivers, who I wanted him to fall to me and make him my QB2. I was like, yo, there's still some good QBs out there. I can make him my QB2. Vance McDonald then goes off the board in the 6th round. I did not like that. I felt that was a stretch. That was Brian who went and took that. I felt like that was a huge stretch, especially being that you could have went, gotten Jared Cook, who ends up falling to Mike, and Mike gets Jared Cook. Like I said, these are guys all around the world. Mike is actually out in the UK. Shout out to Mike. Then it's going to go... And then right after that, Mike gets back-to-back picks because he was the first pick of the draft. So right after he goes Jared Cook at pick 72, at pick 73 he goes Josh Allen, Eric Ebron off the board, Sammy Watkins off the board, Trubinsky off the board. He goes to Sean Putnam's team. Cooper Kupp goes off the board, a guy that I was maybe hoping for, to fall to me despite injury history. Dak goes off the board. I wasn't getting him. And then James White. So then I decide at pick 80 to go Derek Carr. I needed a QB2. He has a B. I think that he'll be improved this year. So I went ahead and I took David Carr. Oh yeah, McDonald's definitely overrated. Being that I couldn't get none of the guys as a QB2 that I was wanting to get. I couldn't get a running QB. Josh Allen was gone. Cam was gone. Lamar Jackson was gone. And running in fantasy football is kind of a cheat code if you got a guy that can rush. That was the best option that I felt that was there. Because then in the next round, right when I yanked Derek Carr, it's Winston, Brady. This goes Winston, Brady back-to-back for quarterbacks. Then Chris Carson, Robbie Anderson. But then we're back into quarterbacks again with Sam Darnold. Darrell Henderson goes off the board to Team Eric. And then Matthew Stafford goes off the board to Team Jared. And then Marcus Mariota to Team John Creek. So those were going to be the quarterbacks that I was going to be looking at for a QB2. If I don't like none of those quarterbacks. I don't like any of those quarterbacks. Mariota, when fantasy football, your best ability is availability. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win a championship here. I don't like the interceptions that Winston throws. Mariota can't stay healthy. Sam Darnold still getting a feel for the game. Brady is old. So with those guys being what I was going to be looking at, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't picture myself doing it. So at pick 89, I ended up going with Jarvis Landry. I went with Juice. Now this probably wasn't the smartest thing for me, being that I have Baker Mayfield as QB1. And Odell is in that offense. David Njoku's in that offense. Antonio Callaway's in that offense. But all those guys aren't going to be able to eat. Jarvis Landry is a league reception leader. So that's why I went ahead and I grabbed him. So now that I got mad. I was like, I got like so many receivers. I got my 2 QBs shirted up, certified. I got a tight end. I was like, now I can kind of start having a little bit of fun. Now is where talent really starts to dwindle off the board, especially during round 8. So rounds 8 and 9 are actually round 8 was really brutal, to be honest, because every single person that I wanted to go for in the next round, it was impossible for me to get. But I had also put myself in a position to where I needed to go back and get another running back now. So now skill positions are going off the board. This whole round is pretty much running backs and receivers, with the exception of 2 picks here in round 8. So with pick 90, Matthew's going to select Sony Michel. Scott's going to go Calvin Ridley. Brian goes Tariq Cohen. Sean goes Tyler Boyd. Caleb goes Corey Davis. Brian goes Allen Robinson. Lamar Miller goes to Mike, which I did not like. I was like, Lamar Miller sucks. I feel like Lamar Miller should have kept falling. Um, Miles Sanders. So Mike gets back-to-back picks. And he goes Lamar Miller, then Miles Sanders. Brian goes Andy Dalton. Caleb goes Joe Flacco. Sean is going to go with Christian Kirk, which I felt that was a big reach. I felt that was a big reach. Like, if you were going to reach for any of the Cardinals receivers, I just felt like Kirk probably wouldn't have, from a fantasy standpoint, that probably would have not have been the one that I went towards. This is the one that really, really ticked me off. So Dante Pettis, I wanted Dante Pettis, and I was sitting here watching. I'm like, he's gonna fall to me. He's gonna fall to me. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. Ended up not getting him. So I'm like, damn. Like, even if I wanted to hold out this round on getting a running back, and maybe if I just went, receiver back to back, because remember previously I got in Landry, then I was like, cool. Fucking did not get Dante Pettis. Brian ended up securing Dante Pettis, which Scott goes Rashad Penny at that moment. Matthew goes Tevin Coleman. That was another pick that pissed me off because that was the running back that I was originally eyeing. So then I ended up having to go for a reach, and I think the scoring is PPR. Yeah. The scoring is PPR. Jordan Love. But I ended up I reached on this one, and I pulled AP off the board in the 9th round. He won me a few games last year. He won me a lot of games last year, actually. I'm not even gonna front. I'm not gonna front. But I think he could have kept falling. I could have let him fall to me. Because Geis was falling a lot, and he was projected to be, in the 60s, in terms of where you would draft. I mean, that did not happen in this league. He continued to fall and fall and fall and fall. I believe he actually didn't even get picked up until the 10th. But so yeah, I ended up getting AP there. I figured, what, he's gonna be the starting back there. Go for it. You could never go wrong whenever you grab starters in fantasy. Next up, John selects Mike Williams from the Chargers. Jared selects Alshon Jeffrey from the Eagles. Eric goes Royce Freeman. Then Austin Hooper goes off the board to Jason, and I was like, what? Austin Hooper? I get that you need a tight end, but Hooper? Like, Hawkinson's out there. Fant's out there. I feel like they're definitely going to be a lot better than Hooper. Jason, with back-to-back picks, like I said, he goes Hooper, then he goes Nick Foles, which I like that pick. I was like, yo, Foles is falling down the boards. Eric goes Damian Harris from the Patriots. Jared Freeman goes Latavius Murray for the Saints. And then John goes with Golden Tate from the Giants, which that was a big reach. Big reach. Like, Tate could have fallen. Tate has to get acclimated to that offense. I think Sterling Shepard's gonna be the premier guy in New York there. And then it's me up at the 113th pick. So I'm now in round 10. And I went with N'Keal Harry. From the New England Patriots. Those running backs. But I went with N'Keal Harry from the New England Patriots. I just felt that the upside is there. You have Tom Brady, the GOAT, throwing you the ball. So why not? That's what the list looks like. That's what it's looking like right now. So I got my quarterbacks locked in. I need to go next position I draft is definitely probably going to be a running back. I'm gonna get me a running back again. I was thinking about maybe going tight end and getting T.J. Hawk, but we'll see. We'll see how the rest of this draft continues to go. There's about like 12 more rounds left. We are currently in. Give me 1 second. We are currently in the 11th round. And I'll be up in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll be up in 5 more picks. So I'll do another one of these going through the second half of the draft report. I'll do rounds 11 through 22 for you guys next time. And then we'll take a look at the team as a whole. I'll even show you everybody else's teams and how they are designed, because it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. One of the most grueling drafts that I've been in thus far. I feel like I opened up the first 4 rounds, perfect. But as talent starts to dwindle off the board, it gets a little bit harder. And we were drafting against some of these guys where either they've done this before, or they just know the format. It's definitely a different challenge. But I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm happy to be participating. It's going to be an amazing fantasy football season. I can't wait. Make sure you guys check out Ty Boogie calling the Cubbies. And then also, make sure you go to Rumboyz.com. You can get merch. You can check out some of our articles there. Jordan Love is always dropping heat there. Rumboyz Central is always dropping heat. Check out all of our different shows and all the different partners that we're partnered with. And also shout out to our fighter Cesar Gutierrez fighting in Shamrock Fighting Championship 321. August 10th it's going down, KC Mo area. Gonna want to definitely check that out. It will be on cable on NBC Sports. We'll get you guys the cable listings for that for your area so that you can watch it. It'll also be streaming worldwide on flowcombat.com, FLOcombat.com. So definitely mark your calendars for that as well, because he's going to be walking down that Rumboyz gear, showing a whole lot of love. We'll be having an interview with them coming up soon, real soon. But other than that, guys, cheers to me, cheers to you, and all the Rumboyz and girls what it do. Dilly dilly. I'm ballin', yo. Just walk up to the top and call it.